And welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, about all things living in and moving to Denver, Colorado. There are definitely pros and cons with every single city, state, wherever you're gonna live, and it's great to know those before you move here. Even if you already live here, you're gonna learn a thing or two. Let's get into it. Hey there, I'm Katie Martineau, or also known as the Real Estate Gal. If you need help with buying, selling, or anything in between, I'm your gal. This channel is purely about living in and moving to Denver, Colorado. And if you want to get notified every time I release a video, which is twice a week, please hit that subscribe button or the notification bell. And if there is anything that I can do to help you with moving here or living here, please reach out to me. This is my direct contact information below. I would absolutely love to help. But in the meantime, let's get into those pros and cons of Denver, Colorado. Off on a good note, the first pro of living in Denver, Colorado is the mountains. That is by far the number one reason why I hear people moving to Colorado or that they're staying here for the long haul is because of the mountains. The mountains offer such a huge array of activities to do, and it's not just snowboarding and skiing. There's also those alpine rides. Hiking is super popular. There's downhill biking where you can actually ride the chairlift up and then mountain bike down. There's snowmobiling, camping on the sides of roads. I actually, on a whim, wanted to go camping, and so I drove up to this cute little town called Netherland, and I found a really cool campsite. It was first come, first serve, and I pretty much got the last site, and I just set up my pop-up tent and put a hammock in between two trees, and I was good to go. There's ice climbing, fly fishing, you name it, our mountains will have it. Actually leads me into the first con, and that's elevation. It can be seen as a challenge or a struggle, and it's not something you necessarily would think of if you don't already live here, but we are called the Mile High City for a reason. We are 5,280 feet above sea level, so the air is a little bit thinner, which dries out your skin. You need more hydration, and we are that much closer to the sun. Anytime I have somebody visit, I always provide as much water as possible, and I actually have these liquid IV packets, which are really cool. It's a powder packet that you add to a bottle of water, and it gives you electrolytes and hydrates as much as 3 bottles of water. I'm not sponsored or anything, but these are the liquid IV packets that I'm talking about, and it definitely helps with hydration. Anytime I have friends and family visit, I always make sure that they have enough water and these liquid IV packets. They're really great for hangovers as well because they just hydrate you and provide those electrolytes that your body needs. And since we are 1 mile closer to the sun than sea level, sunscreen is a must. You burn a lot faster in Colorado than other places. Even when you're snowboarding or skiing in the mountains, the sun can reflect off of the snow and it can actually give you a sunburn. So every single day, always put sunscreen on to protect your skin. I also mentioned thinner air before, so it makes it a little bit more challenging to breathe. Even if you're a healthy individual, I moved here when I was involved in CrossFit, and I couldn't keep up with the other people that already lived here for much longer than I had. And I was hard on myself for it, but give yourself a little bit of grace. It does take your body a couple months to acclimate to the thinner air, especially if then you're going to the mountains, which can be 10,000 feet or higher. The air gets really thin, and you do have to take it easy on your body if you're not used to that elevation. Rolling into the second pro is our food scene. I hate the word foodie, but I am a foodie. I really love trying new restaurants, and Denver has quite a bit of them. There's a lot of different pockets and neighborhoods, and there's a huge variety of different kinds of restaurants. Tons of steakhouses, there's authentic Mexican tacos, a lot of ethnic restaurants. I'd never had Ethiopian food before, and I don't believe that Denver has any Michelin star restaurants, but we definitely have some James Beard Award winning restaurants that are absolutely delicious. Another concept that we have are collective eateries, which are different restaurants all kind of in one food hall, if you will. So they might be called something different from where you're from, but you go to kind of one central location, and then you have a variety of different types of foods that you can try. One mentionable would be Milk Market, and that's really close to Coors Field, which is right downtown Denver. They have this adorable little alleyway with string lights that are little milk jugs. Milk Market makes sense. They also have a bar inside, and it says Moo above. It's so adorable. So they have a little meat market. They have a spot that specializes in fish. They even have a little wine dispensary area where you choose the bottle, and then you can fill it up with the little spigots that they have. There's a couple speakeasies in the alleyway and distilleries. There's ice cream, all sorts of different options. So it's great if you're with a group of people because there's definitely going to be something for everybody. Another really great spot is called Avanti, which is in the Highlands. That's a really great nighttime spot because there's a bar on every floor, and they also have little stalls, or what could be considered food trucks, with a huge variety of different restaurants and styles of food. That one's really nice because it does look over the Denver skyline really nicely. And then the third mention for Collective Eateries is Stanley Marketplace. They actually have a tiny little airplane hangar attached to the marketplace, and you can walk around for the little boutique shops. There's bars, restaurants, and then in the hangar area, they do host events throughout the year. One thing that I like about our food scene is there aren't as many chain restaurants unless you get further away from the Denver metro area. If you kind of stay closer in, there's so many mom and pop or really unique spots to try. That we have in Denver is that natural lakes are not as common in the Denver metro area. You'll definitely get those natural made lakes and bodies of water within the mountains from the snow runoff, but in the Denver metro area, we have a ton of man-made lakes and reservoirs. That definitely doesn't hold people back though from water sports. Cherry Creek Reservoir is a perfect example because people will definitely put their boat in, go boating for the day, jet skiing, tubing, paddle boarding is super common, but you're not gonna find as much water as the next place. Being from Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes, I'm used to driving a couple miles and passing at least one lake on the way to wherever I'm going. You're definitely not gonna find that in Colorado, but there are still some options for bodies of water and living on or near a lake. And with not as many lakes, you're not gonna find as many water bugs like mosquitoes. Mosquitoes will populate like crazy in bodies of water, and we don't have as many bugs like that in Colorado. I like to say we have 4 mosquitoes in the entire state. But I'm just really grateful that mosquitoes aren't as prevalent in the Denver metro area. The next point that could be considered a pro or a con is that weed is legal in Colorado. Weed is starting to become legal in more and more states. So dependent on your lifestyle, it could be seen as a pro or con. We have quite a few dispensaries around town that you can buy chocolates, edibles, joints, all things marijuana related. And if that's not your jam, just know that there are gonna be some people that are gonna be smoking. And if that smell bothers you, it's just good to know that it is legal in this state. Note, Denver is just a fun city to be in. There's always something going on, doesn't matter what day of the week it is. We have a really great arts and culture scene. We have a ton of different beer tours and local distilleries. There are pub crawls, which is a really great way to meet people around the downtown Denver area. We have all sorts of different types of festivals. Our music scene is pretty dang good. We have Red Rocks, which is one of the nationally known amphitheaters that provides such great shows and acoustics. We have some major sports teams as well. It's a really fantastic city. And like I said before, if you're moving here or already live here and you're looking for a place, I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of Colorado. Please reach out to me. I would be more than happy to help you. Or if I can just answer questions about around town of where you should be looking if you're going to be moving here or things to do, please comment below or reach out direct with my contact information.